Well, welcome back to the Daily Wander. Today we find ourselves down at Kramer's Field Migratory Bird Refuge for the second time. Today we're going to do a little exploring of the Farmhouse Trail. Now this trail basically goes around some of the old fields where the cattle used to graze. And I think today one of our main attractions is probably going to be the sandhill cranes that seem to have come in the last couple of days. Hopefully we'll get some footage of them. But this is a nice trail. It's doable year-round. Stays pretty packed in the winter just because of the amount of people that are on it. But it kind of gives you an overview of the fields. We'll show some of the sights along the way. Come along here on the Daily Wander. One of the other features that happens along the farmhouse road is as you're walking, you'll notice that lining both sides of the trail, you'll often see these boxes that are stuck on fence posts. Well, these are basically for the swallows that come through every year. It's kind of one of the birds that I guess doesn't get a lot of focus out here on the refuge, but definitely the swallows come through and they've got the boxes numbered. And they take various inventories every year to see how many swallows come in and how many have laid eggs and stuff like that. So I don't know if we'll see a swallow here, because when you get too close to the boxes, the swallows tend to take off, but you can kind of see the construction of how these work. We are at the far end of the farmhouse road right now, and as you can see, we are across the fields from the dairy, which you can kind of see there in the distance. But these fields are fairly extensive, so if you think about back in the day when the dairy was in full operation with the idea of providing dairy products to the booming town of Fairbanks, those cows just simply needed a fair amount of space in order to, well, get fat and produce milk, so the dairy could be operational. Now Fish and Game, in connection with the Kramer's Field Migratory Bird Refuge, maintains these fields, and mostly they're planted and harvested now to attract the birds. And if you can hear in the background, that's one of our jets going over. And one of the main reasons they want the birds to come here is to keep them clear and free of the runways. And we actually have more than one runway. We have the one at the International Airport. We also have the one at the Army installation, and these fields are kind of at a triangle from those. So if we can get the birds here instead of the runways, it's a safety issue for all parties concerned. Well, that pretty much wraps up our little walk of the Farmhouse Trail here at Kramer's Field today. It's kind of a nice day. Fall is definitely in the air. We're seeing crops turning. We're finding the grains are ripe. Even found a patch of sweet peas. The birds have been semi-cooperative today. Unfortunately, lighting conditions aren't that good, so some of our photos of the birds won't be that good. I can hear a bunch of cranes right now, and the cranes are pretty much flying about anywhere and everywhere. But about a 2-mile walk. It's all flat. It's pretty easy going. A nice way to see some of the expanse of Kramer's Field without having to get off on one of the trails and go back in the woods with the mosquitoes and all those kind of creatures. But I think that's it for today. Thanks for coming along. If you enjoy the video, I guess enjoy the video. Till next time, thanks for coming along on The Daily Wander.